All right. We're live. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Hey, it's been a few bit. It's what do they say? It's been a minute. It's been a few days. Wild weekend. What's up, Jackson? So, yeah, I haven't been here in several days because it was all last-minute stuff, prepping, being there for my wife, her son getting married this past weekend. Absolutely beautiful occasion and exhausting, but amazing at the same time. So, I missed out on a lot of stuff live. I watched this AEW Fight for the Fallen stuff between last night and earlier today, along with the post-media scrum I just got done watching a little bit ago. So yeah, it's been a crazy few days catching up on stuff. I have a whole list of things I want to do, which half of them I'm probably not going to get to, but hey, that's it is what it is. So but hey, one thing at a time. Might get to MLW later tonight. I know it's like live right now, or was live. Hearing a lot of mixed reactions about Extreme Rules. I don't know. What else? Oh, goodness. I watched the first couple shows, not all the way through, but the first couple shows, some highlights of the G1 series. Wow. Crazy shit. Lance Archer, my God. That dude is such a monster. I haven't seen him wrestle in quite a while. His match with Ospreay, jeez Louise. Absolutely insane. Wow, and I hadn't done this in a few days, so I didn't even set up my shit properly. Give me a second here. Wow. Little out of touch. Oh, yeah. Get this out of here. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, I didn't even promote this. I just hit go live. All right. AEW. Did I say Fighter Fest before? That's not what it's supposed to be. Fight for the Fallen. Oh my God. Yeah, it's been a few days. I get in a roll of doing these a few days in a row, and then I take a few days off and I come back and I'm all out of sorts. So, all right. AEW Fight for the Fallen. Wow, what a wild show. Yeah, it was kind of long. It took me a while to watch it between last night and today. Overall, a very good show top to bottom. A little, like I said, a little long. Not going to lie, but hey, I didn't have to sit in the humidity and heat. I had the pleasure of watching it on BR Live. I noticed while, I would check my social media every little bit while I was at the wedding reception when I had downtime just to chill. Everyone is out, dancing their ass off. So I'm just chilling between talking to people. And I noticed a few people, excuse me, I noticed a few people talking about how bad the experience was on BR Live, watching it live. I watched the last one live, and that was fine. This one was I didn't watch it live, of course. I watched a replay, and I didn't have any problems whatsoever. So maybe it's people's internets were messing with them and they had a bad experience because of that. I don't know. I didn't have any problems, but by all means, if you were watching live and you had problems, let me know. I'm just very curious to see what everyone has to say about it. As far as, and not just watching the show, like were there glitches, did it cut out, stuff like that. It's interesting. All right, let's talk about this card. The results. Such a crazy week. I have all these like partial bottles of water I'm trying to go through. Probably go through them tonight. AEW Fight for the Fallen kicks off their pre-show with Sonny Kiss versus Peter Avalon. Excuse me. Damn. Fight for the librarian. Wow. Didn't even have a need for coffee. Drank so much today, and now I feel like I should have had another pot. This one ended in a splitting leg drop. And I've only seen Sonny Kiss wrestle so many times. Same with Peter Avalon. I enjoyed this. I know some people aren't liking Peter Avalon's librarian character. I loved Sonny's entrance, how he came out with the Jacksonville Jaguar cheerleaders. I enjoyed that, not gonna lie. That's pretty cool. And he came out with like a half jersey on, or some football numbers on it. So that was cool. This was all revolving around the Jacksonville Jaguar area. Of course, the owner owns the Jacksonville Jaguars. So from time to time, you see some local football flavor thrown in the mix. I don't think that's a bad thing. That just, I think the two can, I don't know, people, my age or around my age are probably going to have flashbacks from like the XFL. I feel like if you're using some football things from a specific team from a specific area to help with a little bit of promotion or part of a show, I think that's okay. I think there's a comfortable boundary here, I don't think they're overthinking this. I think that's okay. So in this case, it was all right. He came out with some cheerleaders, little choreographed thing going on. Enjoyed the match. I feel like Sonny Kiss is really going to do well in this company. I don't know how far he's going to go. I think that remains to be seen. It's still a very, very new company. But yeah, and by all means, give me your thoughts on these matches too as I'm going through this. Did you enjoy them? Did you not get into the characters? Give me your thoughts on it. Like I said, Sonny Kiss comes off with a win here. And wins and losses are important here. So, I don't know if anybody's keeping track, but I think Sonny Kiss is 1-0 now. And Peter Avalon is 0-1. I was going to say 0-2, but no, his do we say better half? I don't know. The Leva Bates was unlucky in her first bout at the last event with Allie. So yeah, we'll see where that goes. The next one is a last minute one that was announced, but still a big match for this show as far as who was there. I feel like it was very important. Britt Baker tagging with Rio, and this is Rio's, I want to say, third event, I think. Don't quote me on that. I know she's been in at least one other one. Against I'm gonna botch this. I know. Shoko Nakajima, I believe that's how you pronounced it. And her tag partner was the debuting Bea Priestley. I was very excited to see her finally be a part of this, and she was one of the first ones that they said was joining the company like 5 months ago when they started slowly building these rosters. And this is, once again, one that I became a fan of by watching Flow Slam. I'd see her on a bunch of these Lucha, oh God, what was it? Oh, Lucha Forever is one I go back to quite frequently. One of my favorite parts of that multi-show, what do you say? Streaming service a few years ago. And she had a few matches. She was in the debut match on there. I know she was in some other stuff on there. At least I think she was. But like her, Viper, Tony Storm, all were featured in that company. Being a UK related or UK based wrestling company. So, but yeah, I think it was right around that same time that it was like known that she was with Will Ospreay. So, but I don't think they were ever like together in a match in that company. But I didn't see like all their events. But, but yeah, she was. At least I'm pretty sure she was. There was a bunch of women that were featured in the different shows. Viper, Tony Storm. There was another one. Oh, she's in NXT right now. At least I think she is. She's the one that keeps getting injured, and I can't think of her name. Because I changed it to something completely different from what it was, and I forgot who it was. But anyways. Britt Baker, I heard, came out of this match with a concussion. And there was a report I read earlier that it's pretty serious. No other updates. I'm sure this is going to be take it week by week leading up to All Out. We don't have a lot of matches for All Out yet. We've got a few, that they're going to build up over the course of the next month or so. And that'll be the last big event, as far as I know, leading up to their TV deal on TNT this fall in October. But Shoko comes off with the win here, pinning Rio. But man, it was great to see these two tagging together. Never seen Shoko before, but her and Priestley are champs in Stardom, and they wore their Stardom belts to the ring. Very unique. So does that mean that there's going to be a potential partnership there? I think there certainly is room for that. Well, one of the belts I don't think was from Stardom. I think it was from another Joshi. I'm not real educated on the whole women's wrestling scene over in Asia, But nonetheless, 2 championships featured here. They weren't for the belts, of course, but just the fact that they wore them out there, you know, like the Lucha Brothers didn't wear their AAA belts, which I found interesting. But nonetheless, we'll get to that later. Great women's match, though, man. Holy cow. One thing some people were talking about was the botched tag that Britt Baker did during the match as she went for the wrong corner of. I laughed at that. Some people made way too big a deal out of that on social media. But and that could have happened right after she got the hit, kick, whatever that caused the concussion. I don't know. So yeah, I mean, you got your bell wrong. Would not be surprised in the least if you went to the wrong corner. Hey, at least you went to a corner with someone in it, right? That's a plus, you know. But yeah, great. A really fun pre-show, and then going into the main show, everyone there. I think it's interesting that JR doesn't do the pre-shows, but knowing that this one was going to be a little longer, I don't blame him for not being part of the. In fact, I don't think he was part of any of the past pre-shows. Came out for the main show, just fine, not a problem. JR still $1 million. This one came off not quite as far as commentary, you know, and I'm guessing it's just the weather because it was so damn hot. Obviously, the temperature is going to affect stuff. They didn't seem quite as energized, you know, but it didn't affect my thoughts on the show. I just kind of noticed that this is still a very new crew, you know, and I think going into TV, at some point they'll gel more together, but I don't think I'm dissatisfied to the point like, oh, so-and-so doesn't need to be on that crew. He doesn't fit. You know, be patient, folks, is what I'm saying. Wrestling fans are so damn impatient. And that's not me making excuses for them. That's just legit. Just be a little more patient, you know? You know, and hey, it could change, you know? This is their plan. It could change. Who knows? But I haven't seen any big changes. I mean, they had a different guy on at the last show as part of the pre-show, but I think that was a gaming thing. That wasn't like someone new that's going to be around more often. I don't remember who the guy was exactly, but there was a different name in there for a bit. But anyways, on to the main card now. We got MJF, Sammy Guevara, and Shawn Spears versus Darby Allin, Jimmy Havoc, and Joey Janela. Ton of fun for this one. Shawn Spears coming off with the win. He's calling himself the chairman now, which I think is hilarious because of the controversial chair shot that happened. This new t-shirt, new gear, great. It's a mock to Cody's gear. If you look at the two, you know, eerily similar, except Spears has like blood dripping off the skull, I believe, from what I saw. Very cool. Really coming off like a strong heel here. I mean, they're establishing it. Some of these lines are a little blurred still, but they're establishing their good guys and bad guys, you know, which is important. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of people just genuinely excited like me for this company and don't care what part some of these guys play. But yeah, you should have established heels and baby faces, you know. I know there's gray areas. Like you look at guys like Kevin Owens, who is controversial and comes off very heelish, but he's a beloved baby face again, apparently. I haven't watched it a lot, but that's from what I hear. Eric, what's up? Glad you could join. Yeah, Spears won with a Death Valley driver to Darby Allin. Bragged, and then now there's a psychology to this. He bragged that he beat the guy that Cody couldn't beat. Interesting. So there's a thing between Darby and Spears, because when Spears came in, did the chair shot at the last show, Darby Allin also apparently wanted that extra 5 minutes to see if he could get that victory. Spears stole that away from him and is genuinely upset about that. He's shown his displeasure in what happened, you know. So there's that. Trying to, you know, I watched this one yesterday. I watched a few of the last matches today. I'm trying to think of something specific that happened here. I didn't do a lot of notes on each one, just did like wins and losses and stuff. Apparently MJF was injured too, but apparently, according to Sean Ross Sapp, it's not very severe. I have a feeling it's just kind of also it's could be a dual purpose here, you know, pulling him off of indie shows because he's also going to be doing shows in AAA with Cody coming up, leading to AAA. I don't know if he's in Triple Mania. I've seen some posters of some stuff coming up where they are going to be booking more AEW guys like Kenny Omega. Like they got a rematch coming up at Triple Mania. I'm not sure who's all doing what. I saw the poster with the card. Looks like a lot of fun. Triple Mania usually is. Was still hoping for that Vampiro versus Conan match. I don't think we're getting that. Oh man. But yeah, Spears getting the win on this one. We saw a little bit of tension between MJF and Spears. I think I would have liked to seen a little more. I think everybody did great. One of my favorites from this specific match, Sammy Guevara, shined. Really coming off, you know, cocky like an ass. He's a good heel, you know. I think these three working as a crew could be a force someday. I don't know if they're going to remain one, but it's interesting to see them work together, you know. So yeah, you know, and they're building stuff towards the future here, you know, so they're working on Shawn Spears. And when I said review plus updates, this is part of the updates that I'm going to do in between stuff here, talk a little bit about stuff here and there that you either see on social media or you pick up from the media scrum or just news in general. It looks like they're definitely working on a match for All Out. Their last, I'm assuming their last big pay-per-view before TV starts. Spears versus Cody Rhodes looks like to be a big thing they're going to be pushing. One of the main matches. He's one of the executive VPs, so I think they're going to put it up there. They're going to really build this up. they'll do it through promos. They didn't do a lot at this show, but the fact that Spears beat Darby Allin is a nice little point to drive in there. After this match, they were showing some people at ringside, some celebrities or so-and-so. One funny part of Jabali was ringside. He got kicked out. I'm not sure why, but that was kind of cute. Next, we have Brandi Rhodes debuting versus Allie. And she was successful at her last one. Now, there was this big deal made about Brandi Rhodes and knocking it, trying to, have a successful debut, win or loss, a successful debut, and putting aside tensions that she's dealt with in the past. Trying to make a success story out of her in-ring stuff with AEW, besides all the stuff that she does in the office, and that was legit. That all that stuff was legit, except it was interesting that she came out. You're expecting the one-on-one, whereas 2 shows ago, she shows up and debuts Awesome Kong and throws her in the mix. But this whole build-up with her seemed like a little more genuine, a little more baby face. But Brandi, as soon as she gets to the ring with Allie, Awesome Kong shows up. And Allie's like, what the hell? Seriously? Really? We're not just going to have a one-on-one? Now I have to worry about this bitch at ringside? Just the looks on Allie's face throughout this whole match. I mean, Awesome Kong, I'm trying to remember if she did something specific, like physical. I don't think I remember her doing anything. But her presence at ringside really threw off the whole psychology of the match. It went from, oh, Brandi Rhodes is coming to this, and everyone's like, yay, Brandi, you can do it. And all of a sudden she shows up, and it's like, oh, you bitch. It's just a complete turn of the screw, gave a completely different feel to this match. I loved it. It makes me feel like Awesome Kong going forward is going to be a force in this company. But, and this is what I'm talking about as far as updates. It was brought up in the media scrum. Someone asked Brandi, of course, Brandi, oh my God, she was such a bitch during her scrum. I want. And it's like she said this like a million times. It was hilarious. It was good. Oh, she's good. Someone asked her about, is Awesome Kong going to be an official part of the women's roster going forward? And she completely left that open. Like, it wasn't definite at all. And I haven't given a website. I haven't given, allelite.com a look to see if she's a part of it. I don't remember if she is or not officially. I know she's got merch, and that's a damn good sign that she is. That Awesome Kong. It's simple but effective. The purple one, very cool. But yeah, her presence at ringside made a huge difference. And then they would do a close-up on Awesome Kong's face, and she was just, had that shit-eating grin, just like she was just hungry to get in the ring, And then afterwards, after Brandi gets her win, they attack Allie, only for Aja Kong, another Kong, comes out and they have a face-to-face. Awesome Kong and Aja Kong. So, and I'm sure, there's been a lot of people talking about possible matchups for the future when TV kicks off, or for, they want to have a big blast of a show in Chicago for all excuse me, for All Out. Oh, damn. So I have no doubt that was a small yet significant preview of coming attractions. Aja Kong and Awesome Kong having I guess you could say, a fantasy matchup. Apparently they've worked together a lot in Japan in years past, but I've never seen any of that. It might be on YouTube. I'd have to look into that. But to have these two face off in the ring, I think for new fans of this company, I think that'd be a treat to watch these two in-ring veterans. These as the Sinister Minister would say, Kaiju Queens, go at it. So yeah, there's a nice little setup there for something in the future. We'll have to wait and see if that happens for All Out. Don't be surprised if that doesn't come to fruition, though. Can't wait. We'll see. What's next here? Oh, man. This was one of my highlights of the evening. This was so much fun. Triple threat tag team match. This was all over the place. Insane. Dark Order versus Angelico and Jack Evans versus Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. So they are going to be a tag team. I'm excited about this. It's a thing now. And a debuting Marco Stunt at ringside. I was ecstatic. Now, I have not seen an official thing like Marco Stunt is all in with All Elite Wrestling. I have not seen anything official. He was also featured on Being the Elite today when that debuted. So there's that. But I love Marco Stunt. His past year has been an absolute wild ride. His fan base growing exponentially since All In, where he just shocked people by, number one, his size, because he is a smaller guy and he's young, but his passion and his talent shines through completely, but he shows up in the corner. He even gets ejected from the match, which is hilarious. I hope he is a part of this company. I think that'd be tremendous. I think there's a lot of things you could do in this company. I mean, I don't want to see squash matches or him versus giants featured all the time. Once in a while is okay, but for people with a crap ton of energy like him, like I'd love to see him versus, Sammy or MJF. That could be something that they're working on. MJF is such an asshole and Being the Elite, and that could certainly be a thing that they're going to be setting up for All Out. Marco Stunt's official debut match versus MJF. So that I'd love to see that. So don't be surprised if you see something like that, because that's what they're doing now. They're from here on, anything you see on social media related is going to be building up All Out, their return to the Sears Center in Chi-Town, which I'm still praying I can go to, but I don't know. Probably might not happen. We'll see. But I'd love to go to it's because it's an anniversary of All In, honestly, you know. And I went to All In with my son. Would love to go back there with him before the new school year starts and take him to one last big thing. We'll see. But if I do, it'd have to be tickets from a secondary market, unfortunately, which is going to cost more. But unless I win somehow, I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, but yeah, this tag team match. Oh my God. Now, one of the things I noticed here, to analyze this a little, we know that the Dark Order has been a tag team for quite a while. Better yet, better known to fans as, what the hell were they called? Super Mario Brothers? Super Smash Brothers. That's what it was. Super Smash Brothers, whatever. But that team, even though they've been around for years, is still brand new to me. So this was very exciting to finally see them in action, you know, without, you know, looking all over YouTube for their classic stuff. And Helico and Jack Evans, I've seen them work together a decent amount of times, whether it be AAA or something I watched on Flow Slam or whatever. But Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, these guys, I gotta say, I was damn impressed. These guys were working together like they've been working together for years. And I know they haven't been. This is all very new as far as I know, them working together. They're both from the West Coast, but this tag team tandem is new as far as I know. So, but to see them work together, and even with Marco Stunt thrown in the mix, which was, like I said, still hilarious. I loved it, you know. These guys all put in 1,000%. I was especially impressed with the Dark Order. Holy cow. They are going to be a great heel tag team in this company. And not to take anything away from Angelico and Jack Evans. I love those guys. Hey, they were even on the show twice. They broke up a fight later in the show. So, but yeah, great tag team match here. Dark Order wins. And there was another thing with this where they're going to get they're going to get a bye in the tag tournament that's going to be put on TV in a few months. Something stipulation like that. Had to do with the tag team tournament for the brand new AEW tag team championships. So watch for that to develop over the next few months. Really excited about this tag team though, between Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. This is going to be a ton of fun watching those guys work together. Super impressed. Can't wait to see more. Kip Sabian. Oh, wait. Super bad. I can't do the, whatever. I'm still super tired from this weekend. Kip Sabian versus Hangman Adam Page. A lot of psychology in this one, referring to Hangman Adam Page's knee injury. He said he was fine going into this, but he was limping throughout almost the whole thing. And yet there were spots where he was legit fine. So it was hard. It's hard to read like how bad this knee injury really is, could be just playing it up for the fans. Hard to tell, and if it is just something that's just put there for the psychology of the future of Hangman Adam Page, well then damn, he's doing a good job of it, because he's got fans legit concerned, because it's like Man, he pulled off some stuff that just looked agonizing, you know? We're like, oh man, he's done. But he came off with a win here against Kip. But I can't wait to see more from Kip Sabian because he is going to be a star in this brand. Absolutely. And he's decent at promos too. I saw him in some interviews leading up to this. Great. Looks like he's got no fear on the mic, you know? So, yeah. And then someone with a Dark Order mask on, like Evil Uno and all of his, what do they call him? All the Dark Order-ites? I don't know I can't remember what they call them. Minions, I guess. Looked like a minion was attacking Hangman Adam Page, but it wasn't. He removes the mask. It's Chris Jericho, of course. And he cracks him open, splits his eyebrow, which he received stitches for. So poor Paige is even more banged up leading into All Out. Thanks, Chris. Oh, goodness. And then along with it, we're going to skip ahead here. Chris Jericho gets his open mic as advertised. And Paige gets even with him, attacks him in the ring, and then they have to split them up, excuse me. We even see Jerry Lynn out there. Jerry Lynn, who else was out there? Peter Avalon and Helico, Jack Evans, along with other members of security and backroom staff, whatever. So yeah, and it's all building up to their big championship match. It's gonna be interesting. I'll be honest. I mean, I like Paige. He's definitely the future of this company. But man, I'm really feeling like part of me is pulling for Chris Jericho. Not gonna lie, I feel like making him champ to like kick off things officially for AEW on TV would be a really, really strong point. Not that Paige as champ wouldn't be fun to watch, but I feel like it'd be a better story to see Paige chase it for a while, or anyone else from the roster that's just as hungry leading into television. I don't know. We'll see. Or any other surprises we may have in the next couple months. We'll scratch our heads on that leading more on another day leading up to the TNT debut. What's next here? Oh man, Lucha Brothers. This whole event just got better and better as the night went on. It really was just so much fun to watch, honestly. Kaz and Sky from SCU versus Lucha Bros in a I don't know if you call it a fantasy match, but it's the first time they ever faced off. So I mean, a lot of these are first times, but I don't know if you call them fantasy matches, But yeah, Lucha Bros coming out with a win in this one. Ton of fun to watch. Man, really get to I mean, you see the three ways with the all of SCU. But when you take Christopher Daniels out for a singles match and you just focus on Kaz and Sky, damn, they're good. Especially for against a team like Lucha Bros. Man, just a blast. And at the end, pulling almost a kind of a heelish move, bringing out the ladder, attacking all of SCU, completely destroying them at the end after their win. And they climb up to the top of the ladder. They got the microphone, and the crowd is just eating it up. You know, tap, 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 Seattle, Seattle. You know, this whole thing. The crowd was loud as hell, still at this point, even in the heat. And they challenge the Young Bucks to a ladder match at All Out. Now, they didn't mention the AAA championships. But then after the promo, the announcers said it would be a ladder match for the AAA tag team championships, excuse me. So yeah, that's gonna be nuts. So we're gonna get a rematch. And we've had a few matches between these two, and that's okay. It's not like, you know, people are going to get bored with this. Seriously. I mean, you can't do this Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros all the time. But you got to keep the hype real for the tag team division. That's what a lot of this company is built on, is good tag team wrestling. It's no, you know, just to remind people, one of the shining points that fans should get excited about is their tag team division. It's on fire. I haven't seen anything negative so far, so I'm pretty excited. You know, yeah, there's teams that I don't know as well. Like, you know, like I said, like the Dark Order is still brand new to me. You know, or a newer team like Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. It's going to be fun watching these teams evolve, you know? So it's going to be cool. So yeah, we've yet to see an official retort from the Young Bucks. Well, I'm sure we're going to get that sooner than later. Next, we've got Kenny Omega versus Seema. I was a little surprised at how slow paced this was, but I'm sure there's, you know, you could chalk it up to the weather. You could chalk it up to they just wanted to do something different. I mean, there were parts of this match where, yeah, it got pretty crazy. They really, you know, sped things up. But they took their time with this. This was a great match. And I was really looking forward to this because I knew, you know, Seema being a veteran and Kenny Omega just being as good as he is, they were going to knock this one out of the park, and they did. Absolutely. Definitely one of the highlights of this event. Kenny Omega comes off with his first win, which sounds weird, but his first official win in AEW with the one-winged angel. And they made a point to say that Moxley was not there. You know, he's doing the climax, the G1 climax right now. He's just at home climaxing all over the place. No, I'm kidding. No, he doing the G1. One of the matches I got to catch up on is I want to see him versus Cobb. I saw the Cobb versus who was that? Can't think of the guy's name. Ichi, is it? I think that's it. That was crazy. What a chop fest. Let's see here. Chris Jericho. Okay, I talked about this. Chris Jericho coming out, doing his shtick in the ring. Completely unscripted. Went out there and, you know, got the crowd good and hot, pissed off. What did you say? Jack-offville, whatever. That was kind of funny. Paige gets even. They brawl. Gets broken up. leading into our main event then, man, this was a good main event. I really didn't think much of this going into it because it was kind of comical on being the Elite and also on the promos from All Elite Wrestling going into this, how the Young Bucks were mocking him and teasing him. So it's kind of funny. Even though the Rhodes family didn't find it funny at all. But man, the psychology that they put on in the ring with this one, it got nasty quick, and it got serious, and man, and then they made up at the end, and then I think whatever they planned to say got kind of cut off because they went a little long, and then they had to get into the Czech stuff. But the what do you call it? For the charity. Yeah. And so that was the only thing that was a little, off at the end there, but it was all for a good cause. So there was like, oh, they fucked up. No, just stop. It was all good. This match was incredible. Cody and his brother Dustin wrestled like they had been wrestling together for years on end. I mean, they worked a slower pace than the Young Bucks typically do, but it was a little more old school. Grab a limb, work on it, which is what you love to see in traditional tag team wrestling. Cut the ring in half, keep your opponent, one of your opponents, on your side of the ring, and just work on them. What did they work on Matt for like 10 minutes? Destroyed his arm, shoulder, crazy. Great to see. And then Young Bucks turned it up at the end and they got the win. Just crazy. They win with the ever classic Meltzer driver. And just absolutely loved this show. And it was all for a good cause. So it had that, positive feel, help, feeding back to the community. A slight controversy at the end, Cody talking about you can't counter what we're doing here as far as the positive feeling that we've got going here. And of course that was aimed at the WWE for the Evolve show. Because there was a little there was some talk about that in the internet wrestling community, and I talked about that a little too, about how you're gonna counter a show that is for a charity and put it on at the exact same time. It just had a bad taste. But then they also did it with an indie show, so that was even more funny. But whatever, it's done. Codys Counter though was or comments, were very emotional and well deserved. I felt like whatever he said was fine. And just the whole show, top to bottom, loved it. I didn't watch anything else really. I watched, like I said, I watched a little bit this match, that match of the G1 here and there when I had time this weekend. I'm not going to do full reviews. I'll talk about matches when I watch them here and there. Like Moxley's debut in the G1 was fun. Lance Archer, what a monster. Holy shit, man. Could be a dark horse in the whole thing, It's going to be crazy. So, yeah, I mean, there's some I'm really looking forward to seeing. Oh, Kenta. What else did I watch? Oh, Kenta and Ibushi. Oh, man, that was a fun match. Holy cow. So great to see Kenta kicking ass and, well, as healthy as he's going to be. He had a lot of downtime this last 5 years while he was stuck in prison or whatever. Just being goofy. Had to zoom in on that scar too. Had to. So yeah, and if you're watching this after the fact, please let me know your thoughts on the show. What did you like, didn't like, any criticisms, whatever. Let me know your thoughts. And man, I'm so excited for All Out and to see how they're gonna build that up over the course of the next month. Don't remember exactly what date it was. I got to look that up, but it's about a month or so. And then of course TV coming a month after that, or just over a month, whatever. Within a month or two. Yeah, it's crazy feeling. This very interesting revolution that started, what they say, 7 months ago, and was rumored before then. I still can't believe we're talking about this. It still has that feeling, and I hope that doesn't go away. It's got that. Wow, we are actually doing this. And a year ago, looking at this, the scenario of this, people just laughing at it. I talked about it on here, still couldn't believe it. Crazy. So yeah, like I said, give me your thoughts down below. Let me know your thoughts on this show. Are you excited for All Out? Are you going to All Out? Or did you attend Fight for the Fallen? Let me know too if you did and want to give your 2 cents on the live experience. It was hotter than shit out there from what I heard. But I felt overall it didn't affect the show too much. Good stuff. So, and yeah, we got to catch up on MLW. Might watch some of the WWE stuff, but honestly, I'm really not excited about it. So, yeah. Catch up on some other stuff, and we'll keep going this week. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Grab some new merch below. There's the link down in the description. Hit me up on social media. The Facebook, the Instagram, and the Twitter all down below. Hit me up. Talk to me. We'll see you later. Have a good one.